Hey guys, Charles here. And in this video I thought I'll speak about my desk setup. I'll be going through all the components that I use to build this entire thing and some of the tech bits that I use to make this entire thing run. So I thought I'll start with the actual desk itself. So the tabletop is from IKEA. Most of the components for the desk are from IKEA. This is the Gurton tabletop. It's an unfinished kind of wood surface, which is really nice. So it's got a nice touch to it. Just got to be careful that I don't spill anything on it. It's been alright so far, but it's quite a solid piece of wood, quite wide, and has the depth that I need. Yeah, and I do like the color of it as well. Now that stands on two of these Mikey drawer sets. I have three drawer sets on the top and one large kind of file compartment on the bottom, mounted together with a couple of straight brackets and L brackets so it doesn't move around as I sit on the desk. There are two adjustable table legs mounted on the back just for some added support in case there's a bit of tilt or something like that. As you can see, there are two monitors on the desk. Those are two 23-inch AOC monitors. Those are full HDs with a matte display, which is really good when there is glare or anything like that, since I am sat next to a window. Those monitors have been discontinued since I've had those for around 5-6 years now. Really good monitors, held up really well. I have a whole collection of ports on the back, including VGA, HDMI, DisplayPort, and they've served me really well. Now my two AOC monitors are held together by a Duronic dual monitor mount, which clamps onto my desk and kind of holds it in place. Now my main device is an early 2019 MacBook Pro. This is the 13-inch variant. This is a baseline model. I didn't spec it out all the way up since I didn't really need to, and it's really cool. I do like MacBook Pros. This is the second one that I've owned, and it just does everything I need to. It's really nicely engineered, really nicely built, and yeah, that's kind of my main go-to machine. Now my secondary device, which I've been using a lot more, is my 2020 iPad Pro with the smart keyboard. And since that has USB Type-C, it's very easy for me to connect it to the monitors and use it as my main device. Now I will be speaking a bit later on about how I connect all my laptops and iPads to my monitors. Now since I am working from home a lot more, I've got my work laptop connected to my setup every day from Monday to Friday. So that's a HP Spectre 360. This is a 13-inch. Now this laptop is really cool just because of its unusual design. It's sharp corners, its edges, ports on the corners, which is really cool. So, and it has this brown and rose gold effect to it, which does stand out. Now the MVP of this entire setup is my StarTech Thunderbolt 3 USB Type-C dock. Now this little machine is awesome since it allows me to connect my iPad, my MacBook Pro, my work laptop, any other USB Type-C device with just one cable, and I'm able to output it to monitors. So this kind of gets rid of any kind of excess cabling on my desk since I hate cables. So I just have one cable running from the back of my monitors and it connects into my device and off I go. Now another really cool thing about this dock is that it's got so many ports. USB Type-C's for charging, display ports, USB Type-A's, headphone jack, and I was able to mount this to the back of my monitor so you can't even see the dock anyway. It's just behind the monitor, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Now the only downside about this dock is that it cost me £200. Now that for me is quite expensive since I'm just connecting my device to two monitors, which I could replicate with a couple of dongles, but for sake of minimalism I decided to get this device and go about it. Now my mouse of choice is the Logitech MX Master 2. I know there is a Master 3 out now as well, but I just didn't see huge improvements or differences between the 2 and the 3 for me to upgrade. But the 2 is so good, I actually have 2 of them, one for home and one for work, and I've got it fully customized with all the buttons and the scroll wheels and gestures, so it kind of works really well. And since I use Windows for work and Mac for personal use, I love how you can use the mouse on both operating systems and still get the same kind of functionalities out of the mouse, which is quite cool. Now, I mainly use the Sony WH-1000 XM3s for listening to music or watching movies or videos, since their noise cancellation is amazing. So I don't hear anything that kind of goes on around me, and the sound quality is really good as well, especially when connected to my phone or my iPad. I can open up the Sony companion app and kind of tweak headphone profiles and control the ambient noise or the noise cancelling, which is really, really cool. So I've been getting an amazing use out of these headphones for, I think, the past year that I've had them, and I would highly recommend them. I've even used them on the airplane a couple of times, and absolutely amazing. One of my favorite kind of tech items that I own. Now, when I'm not using my headphones and I just want to, listen to it out loud, I use the Anker Soundcore Bluetooth speaker. Now, this is nothing fancy. It was a very cheap Bluetooth speaker that I've had for a while now, so I don't use it as much as my headphones. So I just have it off, so on the corner of my desk. The video will be playing, or the music or whatever. Now, the really cool thing about these speakers are that it does get quite loud for the price that I paid, which was just under 20 quid, I think. And the size of the actual speaker, it actually, it doesn't sound too bad. Now, it took me a long time to get the cable management to the level that it is, since I didn't want to see a single cable anywhere on my desk. I wanted to be completely clean, mess-free, clutter-free, and very, very clean and minimal. Apart from the USB Type-C cable that I need to connect my Mac or my laptop to. So I have everything routed behind the monitor arms, and channeled down in a cable raceway underneath my desk and outside. So it's all nicely hidden using cable ties and raceways and cladding, and yeah, I think it's looking all right. Now, I do have a couple of consoles connected to the setup. So I have a PS4 and a Nintendo Switch, which live in the bottom drawer on one of the IKEA units. And yeah, so again, cables run through from behind the drawer set into a cable box, so all the cable trunk is hidden inside it and I can't see any of it. And then there is a long HDMI cable and long power cord going out and connecting up into the displays. I've left a link to my website in the description below, where you can find all the items that I spoke about today on my gear list, with relevant links where you can purchase the items from. Thank you for watching.